Today in Brainrot Evolution, we are starting over as a level 1 noob, but today we can only go ahead and use food-based Brainrots. Alright guys, welcome back to Brainrot Evolution today. And well, our challenge for today, guys, as you guys probably heard in the intro, is today we can only go ahead and use food-associated Brainrots. Yes, that's right. So the top comment on our last episode was use only food-associated Brainrots. That's because one of the new sneak peeks is Antonio. And if you guys don't know who Antonio is, well, he's on the thumbnail, and he is a broccoli Brainrot. Yeah, broccoli's not my favorite food. I mean, I'll eat it if I have to. But yeah, so like all the other episodes, we have went ahead and been given, well, all the secrets, but nothing else. Only because, well, I don't think Tung Tung Sahur is very edible. Yeah, this is what we're going to base things off today. If a Brainrot is edible, we can go ahead and use it. This sounds absolutely mental to say. But anyway, we've got relics, we've got pets, just so we can actually get a decent distance in the game. We'll pop a bunch of XP potions and a bunch of stuff here and there, just so we can go ahead and progress through a little bit nicer. But ladies and gentlemen, I think our very first food-associated Brainrot is going to be Chimpanzini Bananini. Now, we can't actually use Tung Tung Sahur, so we got to come down to the secrets. And, well, Bandaninito Bandito is a banana. So we can go ahead and use this guy. So let's go ahead and get auto attacking. And that works perfectly. Now, I don't want to go ahead and abuse all the secrets today. So whatever ones that we do go ahead and unlock, we're going to have to use them until the next food associated Brainrot. Do we do food and drink? I think so. The drink is kind of edible. Edible? Yeah, we'll go with that as well. But anyway, let's go ahead and come over to the Livery Lara over there. That has worked perfectly, because now we are a ballerina cappuccino, and well, it does have a little bit of squirty cream on the top, so we're counting this one as edible and, well, drinkable. But anyway, over to the Brainrot City, because this is where our first rebirth is gonna be, where we need to be Boneka and Balabo. And are we already? No, we're one off over there, so that's not so bad whatsoever. So let's go ahead and take out one of these bosses really quickly, just like so. Well, technically, guys, raccoony watermelony edible. Also, by the way, somebody in my last episode said this was a flying Brainrot. Are you kidding me? You barely, it doesn't even jump off the ground. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and do our very first rebirth there, because that raccoon watermelony, that is definitely an edible Brainrot. I mean, the raccoon isn't, unless that's what you guys like to do, but the watermelon most certainly is. But guys, we are back as Tung Tung Sahur now, so that isn't gonna go. So let's come all the way down, and well, a ballerina Lololo, I guess, is edible. So we'll go ahead and go with a ballerina Lololo just to start off with. And we'll go ahead and come right over. And there we go. Right. Back to Boneka and Balabu. And back all the way up to Ballerina Cappuccina. So back over to the Brainrot City, ladies and gentlemen. And just as I'm teleported through, let me know down below in the comments what challenge I should go ahead and do next. I like to go ahead and do the most like comments. So go ahead and like up other people's comments just so I can go ahead and see them. Cacto Hippopotamo, though, is not actually edible. But fun fact, did you know cactuses are actually edible? You can do quite a lot with cactuses. Oh, so we can use Raccoony, Watermelony, and Gangunzili Trulella. I must say, guys, edible body, not edible rest. This is going to be such a weird video today, guys. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop a like on the video for me. But let's go ahead and escape our Brainrot City. And let's go over to the Larin Desert over here. And let's go running straight to the back because, well, like I say, this boss over here has got an edible body, but the rest isn't. But I'm going to count it. We need to broaden our horizons today. Now, controversial one, ladies and gentlemen. Are we counting this as edible? Fish are technically edible. And, well, I like fish, and I'm sure a lot of you guys like fish, but I don't eat cats. But we'll go ahead and count it. They don't look too happy that I've just stolen the boss, so we're going to go ahead and run away from there over to the Tralaleo Ocean. Let's just check. Did we miss any others? We missed a bunch of edible ones. Let's go through them. A coconut penguin, definite edible. A coconut elephant doesn't look very edible, but I'm going to count it. An orangutan and an acini. It's a pineapple, so we're counting it. a gorilla watermelon. I mean, it's...
Watermelon.
I'd probably say it's 30% edible. What am I doing? And then we're on the Truly Mellow, Truly Cedar, where most of the guys over here, I feel like, might be edible / drinkable, you know. But this is where our next one is, and it is a ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So, top. Wait, are we already? Yeah, we already are. Right, okay, so there's a bunch of ones over here. We've got Trippy Troppy, which is also... a fat fish, I would say, is edible. A burbaloli luli. I would say so. Technically, a little controversial one for you guys. Cup of tea is drinkable, but I'm not going to count this guy. And then we've got Cappuccino Assassino, which we are definitely counting because it is drinkable. But let's go ahead and hit Rebirth 2. And whilst I hit Rebirth 2, you guys should go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's do all the cheesy stuff. Let's get all that out of the way. Hit subscribe. Let's hit 200,000 subscribers, guys. Woo! Oh, what am I doing? Anyway, Rebirth 2 over here. We unlock a bunch of cool stuff, but we also need to go ahead and go back as our banana. Undin. Dude, I forgot about this guy. How did I forget about Odin doing over here? He is literally a whole orange. How did I forget about this guy? He looks like a juicy orange as well. I'm not even gonna lie. This guy looks Wait, what am I doing? What am I saying? Anyway, I'm literally talking about Brainrots, and okay, there we go. We eventually could take out the boss there. Ooh, I nearly took something out. The challenge would have been null and void if I had taken something out with something that's not a food brainrot. Like I say, guys, food brainrots only today. Right, let's go ahead and get through to the Brainrot City because we need to go ahead and speedrun back to where we were, the Tralaleo Ocean. So as we're waiting around, let's go ahead and claim a little bit of XP over there. Let's go ahead and take out the final boss, Cacto Hippopotamo over there. Let's come down. We need to be the watermelon once again. And now over to the third world once again, the Lari Desert over there. And let's go over and run and take out this final boss for a one-shot. Coming over, let's go ahead and just headbutt this boss. Trippy Troppy. Okay, we're going to count this as edible because, again, it is a fish and fish are edible. This feels like such a weird challenge, talking about Brainrots being edible or not edible. I'm not even going to lie. We are basing everything off whether we could eat it or should eat it. We'll say should eat it because technically, I mean, this bird, we could eat it, but no, what am I doing? Anyway, let's go to the next one. Let's go to Cappuccino Assassino. The next one, I think, is Globo Frutadrillo over there. So let's go ahead and go over to Mount Ambalabu, one of my favorite worlds in the whole entire game, if the game wants to go ahead and let me. And let's go over to Mount Ambalabu, and let's go ahead and take out this boss. However, the boss isn't edible, but these salt and pepper shakers definitely are. The Gramaramorams. Oh my goodness, guys. Did you see that? We couldn't even one-shot. Okay, let's go through all the ones over here. So we've got Globo Frutadillo, which is most definitely edible. Fun fact, in other countries, I mean, I'm in the UK, so we don't do this or have crocodiles, but they actually eat crocodile. We've got Sigma Boy over here, who is sushi. And, well, guys, I absolutely love sushi. And then we've got Gramaram, who is salt and pepper. And, you know, you need salt and pepper on all your food, guys. You need it. Add a bit of something. But here we go. Here is our next one. A Jingo Below, Jingo Bali. And, well, that is a tomato pig. And it looks like we've got a lot of food-based ones coming up. So let's go ahead and get out of Mount Ambalabu. And let's go over to the Gramaramorania, where we are going to go ahead and find Rebirth 3, which we need to beat Ballerina Lololo, which is a soda cup, so we do need to go ahead and get that. And there we go, right, Ballerina Lololo, a soda cup over here. But let's go through all the ones we missed. Look at all of these food-based ones. We've got Crocodilo Ananasino, which I wouldn't even count this one, you know, guys, because this is a lot more crocodile than it is pineapple. And then we've got Banana Conda over here, which we are definitely counting because it is a banana. And then we've got Ballerina Lololo, which is literally a soda cup over there. But Rebirth 3, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all take a breather. At this point in the video, everybody take a swig of water. We're all nicely hydrated now, and I am also nicely hydrated. So, Rebirth 3. Unfortunately, we didn't get the glitch, so we do have to go ahead and speedrun all the way back through. And we need to go ahead and, well, let's go ahead and put Ballerina Lololo back on then. Let's go ahead and speedrun a little bit just back to where we were with this guy. And over to the second world, the Brainrot City. I'm not going to change from the secret just yet. I would, but I'm just going to abuse this secret power really, really quickly. Over to the Lirilara Desert, nice and speedy. A good thing about these secrets as well, guys, is they're so much faster. They move so nice and quick. There is Sahur over to the Tralaleo Ocean really quickly. And then one shot that, Svino Bombardillo. Guys, would we count that as an edible Brainrot? I didn't even think about this one. Let's go ahead and take a look. Technically, it is a pig and that gives you pork, but it is also a grenade. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. Okay, and there we go. Jingle below, jingle belee, and back over to the Grammarama Radio. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to where we were over at the tiny little tomato pig. Look at this guy. This one is so cute. But let's go ahead and take our bull video. And unfortunately, well, Mateo is definitely not edible. That is so weird saying that. Ballerina Lololo. I'm trying to think, are any of these guys edible? I don't think this guy is, but is this guy? I don't know. Let's go ahead and take out one more and find out. Giraffe Celeste. Do we count this? Yeah, I think we do. Look how juicy that watermelon looks. I mean, it is also a giraffe with a space helmet on, but do you know what? We'll get on with it. 2 more levels and we could go over to the Grammarania, but this might take a little bit of time now. This is where things all go ahead and slow down an absolute bunch. So let's make sure we go ahead and pick up every little bit of XP. And I think we should go back and we should go ahead and buy a couple of upgrades because there is an XP upgrade somewhere. I just always seem to miss it every time I go past it. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here is 100 XP upgrade. That will come in handy. We're back over to the Grammarama Radio because we have got 2 levels to go ahead and level up. And, well, I don't think we've got any more food-associated Brainrots for a little while, actually. For a little while. So we're going to be with Giraffe Celeste for a little bit of time now. Oh, guys, actually, we've just went up to Bulbito Tractorito. Guys, I forget that he's actually a potato. He's actually a potato. I think we might have to count this. You know, farming is a massive part of England where I'm from. And well, this is a potato rider tractor. Guys, I think we're counting this one. I think we're definitely going to go ahead and count this one. But I want to quickly go ahead and see if there's another little XP upgrade that we can go ahead and buy somewhere. I'm very curious. I feel like there is one more somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. Let's quickly buy the speed upgrade so we can get around a little bit faster. We'll go ahead and buy an extra pet equip slot. Of course, we need to go ahead and grab all these upgrades. And we need to get used to this because every time I do these challenges, I need to remember where all these upgrades are. We'll go ahead and grab a little health boost over there. And is this the one? Oh, no, this is the relic slot. This is the XP boost that we need because then we can go ahead and equip. Let's go ahead and equip this basketball for an extra 35% XP, which is absolutely lovely to go ahead and have. All right, so it is over here, but we need 10,000 gems for that. So we're not actually too far off that, to be honest, but let's go ahead and see how much better this XP gain is going to be for this final boss. Oh, yeah, that's lovely. That was like 6% worth just there. Okay, and one more of these bosses should go ahead and take us up. Spiniro Glorobo. But a pigeon isn't edible in my opinion. We are not going to be eating pigeons today. So let's go over to the Nucleario Core because there's a couple of little controversial ones over here. So firstly, can we come over to the boss and take it out? Oh, guys, it's actually going to be close. Can we go ahead and tank one more hit? Okay, Dragon Fruitini. So this was a controversial one here. It is a tortoise dragon fruit. Now, dragon fruits are edible. So do we go ahead and count this one? Yeah, we've also got, however you say this one. But unless you're me in school, pencils aren't edible. Did anyone else like chew on the end of pencils or was it just me? Maybe it was just me being a little bit weird. But anyway, over here there is actually a couple more like the Reino Toasterio, which we are going to go ahead and count because it does have toast coming out the back. And well, who doesn't love a bit of toast for breakfast, guys? So we need to go ahead and grind. That was the last edible one that we could go ahead and use up until the Undin Glumpus. But we've got a bit of grinding before our very next edible one. So hopefully these guys can go ahead and carry us over. And we need to go ahead and get level 50 for our next rank up, which is a little bit of a distance away. But a Cavallo Virtuoso is not edible. No, certainly not. So let's go ahead and change back to Rhino Toasterio. And let's go ahead and sit here and grind all the way up to level 50. And then we'll go ahead and escape the Nucleario core. Okay, we are 99%, so we are so close to leveling up. One more of these guys should go ahead and do it. There we go. We are now a penguin, which, again, is not edible. So, what are these? No, that's not edible, not edible. Back to Rhino Toasterino. But let's go ahead and get out of this area. Let's go to the Odin Limpus over here. When the game wants to stop glitching and wants to let me go ahead and run over. Voila! Right, here we go. Okay, I'm not too sure there's going to be many over here. This Espresso Signora is definitely one, but we can't even take them out. Oh, we're going to have to take out these piles of gold. Oh, no. Well, I'm not having this. Let's go ahead and abuse some secrets then. Let's go ahead and use the banana. There we go. We can go ahead and one-shot everything. Oh, wait, is that a banana? Oh, no, it's a panani. No, it does look like a naan bread, but nope, we're not counting it. We're not counting it. Anyway, let's go over to the final boss, and let's go ahead and take this one out. Cocosina Mama. It is actually a coconut, guys, so we are going to go ahead and use it. Right, for Rebirth 4, we need to go ahead and level up one more time, so let's go ahead and take out one more of these bosses, just like so. Bricus Ticus technically has like raspberries. I think there are raspberries on the front, but we can't count this as edible. We really can't. But ladies and gentlemen, do you know what we can count as edible? Another Rebirth. I'm not too sure where I was going with that one. But Rebirth number 4. Did we go ahead and get the glitch? Please say we did. We didn't, unfortunately. Right, let me take a quick cut and let me get straight back to where we just were. And just like that, we are back over to the Odin Olympus. So let me quickly go ahead and take out a couple of things and get our next food-based Brainrot. Okay, there we go. That should go ahead and do it. Let's go for the Cocosini Mama. I feels a little bit borderline on this one, but this is what we are going to have to go ahead and use just to go ahead and grind a bunch of Brainrots up, because it does slow down a little bit more now, but I'm going to be quite active on it, and we need to go ahead and get level 57. I wonder if there's any more edible ones. I actually think the next one, the Espresso Signora, we're going to go ahead and count, because it's an espresso. Yeah, that's definitely drinkable, so I'm definitely going to go ahead and count that. So let me quickly go ahead and grab a little bit more XP, because we're not too far off being able to go ahead and grab that. And let's take out this one here, Espresso Signora. Okay, this is our next food/edible Brainrot over here. And well, all that we have to do now is sit here and build up to level 57, which does take quite a while. Oh, actually, this guy is a food-based Brainrot. Isn't this like a courgette or something? Okay, let me quickly go ahead and get that one as well. Okay, a couple more bits should go ahead and do this here. Come on. Trick, track, bara, boom. Yeah, this is definitely... I think this is a courgette. Let me know down below in the comments. Is this a courgette? But anyway, guys, we have got 2 more levels to go ahead and get up. So let me quickly go ahead and grind them. And then we'll be over to the Global Heights, where I've got a feeling this is a chicken. And, well, chicken's edible. And I need chicken. And this one's a chicken. So we need to go ahead and grab a bunch of these. Well, I just forgot to go ahead and click record. I just missed it there, guys. But we are a tiger watermelon? I forget how you say this. Yeah, however you say that. But that does also mean we can finally get out of this area. Oh my goodness, we have been there for a little bit too long than my liking. No, let me out. Please let me out. And we are going over to Global Heights. So, let's go rush straight over to the final boss. And let's go ahead and see what food-based Brainrots we can go ahead and grab over here. Wait, we are definitely going to have enough health for this. So, let's go ahead and take out the Nightmare Monster Sahur. And let's go ahead and see what we go ahead and level up until... Sahur over here is certainly not edible unless you want to go ahead and break your teeth. So we need to go ahead and go back to the Watermeloni. And, okay, this might take a little bit of time, guys, to go ahead and get up. But I think there's only like 1, maybe 2 if this one's a food-based Brainrot. Oh, it is. Oh, it's a banana dog. Oh my goodness, this thing is so cute. But anyway, we can go ahead and get a quick sneak peek of a couple of these guys. This Trenozone Turbo. I don't think we can eat a train toilet chicken turkey thing. So I don't think that is one. But I do think this next Brainrot, no, not the next one, this chicken over here, I feel like that might go ahead and be the last one that we need to go ahead and grab. So let's go ahead. Oh, the XP's rough over here though, guys. It is a big grind when you get over here. So guys, I think all that we need to go ahead and do is grind up a couple of levels now. And let's go ahead and get this chicken one over here. Let's go ahead and just put a banana in a brindito, however you say his name. And, well, let's just go ahead and just take an absolute bunch of stuff out. And let's go ahead and get our final food-based Brainrot. Okay, we are one final boss being able to go ahead and completely complete our challenge now. So, let's go ahead and wait for this final boss. Here it is. And here we go. Wait, this isn't what I thought it was. I thought this was going to be a food. Wait, that was just a plane. We already decided we're not counting this one as a food, and this one is just a tree. But this is just a chicken plane. And, oh, this was the one that I missed in my last episode. But thank you for everyone that commented. But, I don't know. You guys let me decide whether you can eat this one down below in the comments. But anyway, set me more challenges down below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next one.